Now, let me ask you this. If you have a very set idea that you've inscribed, this story you tell yourself about who you are, then isn't it true and obvious that when you take a look at yourself, you don't see who it is that you really are right now in this moment? You're seeing your idea of yourself. You following? A lot of people have certain beliefs and religious ideas and things like this. And so when something happens in life, they just immediately project their religious belief at it. Are you following? So they're not seeing the truth, they're seeing their idea of what the truth is. What I'm trying to help you to see is that if you just accept some new story, you've essentially put yourself in the same position you were in before you woke. You woke up out of the story you were telling, and then you went back to sleep in some new dream, some new story. There is a freedom that comes to us when we drop all ideas, all beliefs. This process of discovering what true power is, true awareness, which is where real magic blooms from, by the way. If you really do want to experience true magic, power, abundance, success in your life and all these things, then you need to do exactly this process of recognizing the truth within yourself. It really is very simple. Honestly, it's such a simple thing. Stop projecting your stories and ideas at life. Stop projecting your ideas and stories about who you are at yourself. Okay, let me share with you a very simple story. It's a short story, so don't worry, but I know that it has some very enlightening truths ready for you to grasp within them. A child lays in bed at night and hears a sound. Something moves in the closet, or so they think. Instantly, they're overcome with absolute fear. They're petrified because they are certain in their imagination, the story they tell themselves, monsters are real and there's a monster in their closet. Now, what does the child do? Absolutely terrified, they cocoon themselves in the blanket and they hide under it because it makes them feel safe. It makes them feel secure. Now, here's the interesting thing. If instead of pulling the blanket over themselves and hiding under the blanket, they got up, turned on the light and investigated and opened the closet and looked inside of it, they'd see there's no monster. They'd see that they just, set their shirt in there precariously on the edge and it fell off. So see, this is the truth. If we are willing to investigate the truth and see for ourselves, releasing our imagination ideas about what it is that we heard in the closet, our lives, then we are able to investigate and see the truth. We're able to deduce and see what it is that's really going on. This blanket the child pulls over their face. Here's the interesting thing. That's the beliefs. That's the story we tell ourselves. If we're willing to be honest, we would see very clearly that there is a terrible fear that exists within us. We are afraid of life. We're afraid of the world. We're afraid of what other people think of us. We're afraid of illness, death. We're afraid of poverty. We're just afraid of so many things. We're afraid of being insignificant and not meaning anything, right? So we're like seeking validation. We're seeking money. We're seeking fame. We're seeking success. We're seeking more confidence. But here's the truth. If you just got up and looked in the closet, you'd see that it's an illusion. There is no monster there. There's not actually anything to be afraid of. The monster we experience in our lives is within us. It's this illusory fear telling us all these things we're supposed to be afraid of, and it completely controls our life. And the only place we get any relief in our lives is by pulling the blanket over our face, by prescribing to certain belief systems that make us feel safe, that make us feel like we know what's going on. And that belief that we know what's going on makes us feel safe and comfortable, just like the child under the blanket. But you're wasting your life. Because if you just got up and looked in the closet, if you just looked within yourself and actually took a good look at the fear within you instead of trying to remedy it with a blanket over your face, you'd see the truth of what it is and you would instantly be free for the rest of your life because it would become extremely obvious to you that what it was that was driving your life for years was unconsciousness, was fear, and your prescription to fantasy stories that make you feel more safe, that make you feel more comfortable. Here's the truth. The relief you get from those stories is just like the relief the child gets from pulling the blanket over their face. They feel safe because they can't see the monster, but internally they feel that it's coming towards them and they're going to get eaten. we both recognize in this story, the blanket doesn't provide any true comfort or security to the child. It's an illusory comfort. Understand this, your ideas and beliefs about life, the things that you think are true, they provide you illusory comfort. It's not real. You're lying to yourself, okay? Now, the reason I'm making this video isn't because I'm trying to make you feel like an idiot. I have personally come to terms with the fact that there is no greater gift you could give to anybody than the gift of helping them to see their delusion. I used to think that providing people with fantastic stories that would make them happier, I used to think that was the greatest thing I could give to people, but I see more clearly now that I've seen the monster within myself that we're lying to ourselves if that's what we're doing. If we're selling people false stories because it brings them joy, we're not actually helping them. If I give you a blanket to pull over your face and say, this blanket will protect you from the monster, then I'm wasting your time. And you're wasting yours with me too. I don't want to waste anybody's time. My time is valuable. Okay? I'm not selling you a blanket in this video. I'm trying to help you to see that there is no monster in your closet. But hearing that from me isn't going to change your life. You need to get up out of bed, even though it might be scary, even though you might be afraid, even though you might be certain that there's a monster in the closet that's going to devour you. You got to get up. You got to just have the courage to stand up, get up, walk, turn on the light in the room and open the door and see what's in there within yourself. I know that you understand this analogy, this metaphor I'm making. The truth is that you are so much more free than you think, and it is your thinking that is your prison. People feel imprisoned in their life, and so they try to think themselves into freedom. They try to intellectualize their way to enlightenment. You can't do that. It doesn't work because your thinking is the prison. So while you think about getting out of prison, you're just imprisoning yourself even more. Stop lying to yourself and convincing yourself that once you achieve this, or once you finally get that money, or get this relationship, or once you finally change your body to be more ripped like all the girls love on the TV, the magazines tell you they do, right? So you think all these things are wrong with you. And once you fix them, then you'll feel free. Then you'll feel finally like who you are. It's an illusion, okay? You could spend your whole life working to make enough money to buy that super fancy blanket, but that blanket's not going to protect you from the monster. There is only one solution. You have to look at the monster in the face and see it for what it is. Then you'll be free. Buying blankets will not solve anything. Subscribing to new ideas or belief systems, convincing yourself of things, telling yourself new stories, it's not going to do anything, because that inherent misunderstanding within yourself about the monster, about what the real problem in your life is going to drive you mad. I almost went insane in my life a few years ago. Like, I was on the edge of insanity. Why I was on the edge of insanity was because I was subscribed to so many delusion ideas, because I was seeking freedom. I was seeking the truth. Little did I know that my seeking the truth was keeping me from being able to witness it right in front of my face. The truth is right here, my friend, right here. Not on the other side of your screen in my life and I'm going to give it to you. I mean right here, like right in front of you is the truth. If you're seeking the truth, you're missing the fact that it's right here. If you're looking for yourself your entire life, you're missing the fact that you are the one who is looking. It's really just that simple. Now, coming up August 31st and September 8th, this event is only happening twice. I've got a live online workshop where I'm working with 2 small groups of people intimately to completely abolish the false self. That's what I call it, the false self, all the falseness, the real problem in your life, what it is that's keeping you from the true power, the true manifestation abilities, the true abundance. There is only one thing blocking you, and that is your identification with a false self, and you're not seeing what is the true you. So this event is designed to help anybody, no matter where they're at in their lives, to determine what is false within them, which then opens the door to being able to see what is true. So if you want to take part in that event, I'm not even afraid. I'm going to keep advertising it to you guys. This is the best, most powerful event I have ever put together. I have zero doubt that these groups of people are going to walk out being absolutely moved in their life in a profound, real way. So if that's interesting to you, learn more about it in the links in this description. I do hope to see you there. But I've got one more thing I want to share with you before you go. Because I know that if you're still here, if you're still listening, then you must have felt a true, deep resonance with this conversation. And the reason I know that is because most people have very short attention spans, especially in the way our society is set up today. Also, you just listened to me advertise my upcoming workshop, and you didn't quit out of the video, and you're still listening to me babble right now. This is how I know for a fact that there is something within you that is awake and ready to take off in your life to a new level of consciousness, awareness, enlightenment, whatever you want to call it. You're ready. You are ready. It's really that simple. You do not attract messages like this into your life. You are not capable of perceiving this conversation and understanding it within yourself if you are not at the space where you are absolutely ready to take a leap into your life, into your real life. So this is what I want to let you know. You are profoundly ready. You are so much more ready than you might think. And that fear that you feel, that slight confusion that makes you wonder, what is the truth? I feel even more confused now after hearing this conversation. I want to let you know that your awareness of feeling confused, your awareness of feeling fear, there is power in that. Understand this. What a lot of people do, not any fault of their own, nobody really taught them. They've been taught, a lot of people in the world have been taught that when they feel something uncomfortable, sweep it under the rug, right? If you're feeling uncomfortable, turn on the TV, drink a beer, engage in sexual relationships, right? Take some drugs. Do whatever you can to get away from the discomfort within yourself. But if you're still here, then it's clear to me that it's clear to you that it's time to stop that insanity train. You can't get away from what it is that you're running from, because what you're running from, it's a false idea you have. It's a misidentification. It's a misrepresentation of what truth is, what reality really is, who you really are. It's like if you had a ball chained to your leg right now. Imagine this, you have a ball chained to your leg and you see the ball and it terrifies you, so you start sprinting as fast as you can in a different direction. It's chained to your leg, it's coming with you. There is only one way to finally release this chain and this ball. Undo the chain. Stop running. Look at it. Investigate it. See that it's a chain with the ball. Once you see that, you go, oh, okay, well, look, here's a key slot right here. Now I'm going to just pick the lock or take a hammer and break the chain. Boom, you're free. Okay, so seeing your discomfort, seeing what it is within you that is afraid, people are falsely mistaken. They think that when you feel bad, that's a bad thing. Okay, the law of attraction has manipulated a huge crowd of delusion. Okay, and I'm sorry, but it's just the truth. I can see it very clearly. The law of attraction freaks people out because when they don't feel well, they try to raise their vibration and make themselves feel better. It's not going to change anything in your life, my friend. Entering into the discomfort, seeing it for what it truly is, that is where true transformation takes place. Okay? Stop trying to run from what you're feeling. Stop trying to change what is true in this moment and actually just look at it clearly and see it for what it is. You would not imagine the extraordinary power and magnetism that comes to the person who does this. There's only a rare few in the world today who understand what it is that I'm talking about. And so the fact that you're still here, still partaking in this conversation, honestly, if you ever bump into me in real life, let me know. Hey, Nathan, that video where you were talking about the false self, I watched it all the way through. Tell me, because I genuinely would love to know and meet anybody who made it to this part of the video. I'm genuinely very impressed, okay? I think you're awesome. And if you're still here and you're feeling this immense feeling within yourself, I want to say something very clearly to you. This, I promise, is the last thing. You have everything you need within you. You do. It's nothing that you can get from somebody else. That being said, if you're still here and you're ready to really transform, check out that workshop I've got coming up. I know it's going to be crazy powerful. And you're not going to get from me anything that you don't have. I'm just going to help you to see what it is that you already have. And once you see it, you've got it for the rest of your life. It's just that simple. You know, once you see the truth, you don't ever forget again. That's what the true awakening is about. So check out that event below, and I do hope to see you there, my friend. Thanks. Much love to you. Catch you in the next video.